What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about Weapons, Scary Movie 6, Scream 7, and Friday the 13th. So starting off here with Weapons, which came out this past weekend. If you haven't checked it out already, please do yourself a favor and go watch that film. It is the second best horror film of the year to me. Second favorite of mine, as well, as you all heard during my review. But Zach Cregger has made it known he has another idea for Weapons in this universe that he'd like to see on screen. He shared this recently with Variety. He said, definitely, it's funny you asked that. I can't help it. I have another idea for something in this world that I'm kind of excited about. I'm not going to do it next, and I probably won't do it after my next movie, but I do have one, and I'd like to see it on the screen one day. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Weapons, you shouldn't be listening any further, at least for the next 30 seconds or so. But going off of the ending, I'd imagine it involves one of those children going off of the deep end. Particularly that Matthew kid, who we know was Archer's son. That's a traumatic experience those children endured, and if he has a horrific story to share about one of them going off the deep end afterwards, I'm all for it. If he wants to start connecting the dots between some of the stuff that is seemingly implied but not always made to be clear, I think he had an interview saying a lot of it is just up to our interpretation. So there's not one clear message. So if he wants to make a clear message in a follow-up to Weapons, I'm all for it. And something that is in line with tackling how an experience like that can affect a child and who they end up being. And probably something even more horrific that goes down in their life as a result of what Gladys subjected them to. But let me know what you guys think about Weapons and potentially getting more in this universe. Are you interested in seeing what Matthew's life is like all these years later if they do a time jump? That's what I'm imagining, because that's the final shot we saw. Something that indicated that the next story would follow Matthew and the trauma and how it affected him. Let's talk about Scary Movie 6. So a month ago, Melissa Barrera was on the Seed podcast, and she revealed she has a couple of comedy projects coming up. Now, this is interesting because we know she's expressed interest in doing Scary Movie 6. And that film does intend to spoof Sam and Tara. Marlon also follows her on Instagram, so we still don't have confirmation, but this is more ammo to that speculation. I hope she's in the film because she hasn't had a big project theatrically since Abigail, correct me if I'm wrong. Not that she hasn't had a project in theaters, but Your Monster, while that was good, I think that's actually one of her best performances in her career. It wasn't as big as Abigail. Got a lot of fanfare and definitely a lot of praise, but just not as big as Abigail still in terms of exposure. I would like to see her in a big project. She did her thing in Your Monster, but a big screen return with a major release like Scary Movie 6 is something more along the lines of what I'd like to see for Melissa Barrera, who I still think is a very capable performer. And of course, all the people in the comment section are going to bitch and moan because I brought up Melissa Barrera, but what fucking ever. I do think that she will be in Scary Movie 6. If she's not, then so be it. And I do not think that if she were to appear, that it would be this middle finger to Scream 5 and Scream 6. I don't think it would be like that at all. I don't even think that she honestly will be playing the character that's supposed to be a spoof of Sam. If anything, she's going to be playing somebody else that I'm not even considering, that we don't know about. I doubt that Melissa Barrera would be auditioning for this character because they're currently looking for people to play Sarah and Tuesday. So I doubt Melissa is going to be one of the people auditioning. If she's in the movie, I don't see it being the Sam spoof. And I don't see her joining this film to rag on anyone. Now, let's talk about Scream 7. ViewerNon gave us a small update on the Scream 7 trailer a few days back. He said this in response to someone: I expected to hit with The Running Man, which will be a little earlier than 5 and 6 in terms of proximity to release date. I think that film drops in November. So let's see if we get our first look at Ghostface's latest shenanigans that month. I would like to point out that ViewerNon did not flat out say that the trailer would drop in November, but ViewerNon, of course, has had a great track record over the however many years they've been doing this, but they did not say it 100% is going to be coming out in November. That's not the words that were tweeted. They said they expected to hit with The Running Man. If it doesn't hit with The Running Man, that's fine. I'm expecting this trailer, off of my own speculation, to drop in December. If not December, early January. And they might put out a teaser in October, for being quite honest. There's a lot of things they could do to surprise us between now and when that film drops. But there's supposed to be a book that drops on the 19th of this month called Your Favorite Scary Movie. It's being reported that this will give us some details on Scream 7 as well, like some first look images. It's supposed to be like a collection of interviews from the cast too, so we're definitely supposed to get some insight on Scream 7 later this month via that book for anyone who's desperate for any and all information on Scream 7. Mark your calendars for August 19th. Pre-order that Your Favorite Scary Movie book. You can look it up on Google. Pretty sure pre-orders are still available. But now let's talk about Friday the 13th. So makeup effects master Greg Nicotero, who has a history with the Friday the 13th franchise and helped with the newly revealed Jason Universe mask design, has explained this new look. He goes on to say, they wanted me to reimagine him, and so we did this new mask, and then we did a new Jason. They're like, he's not a zombie, so he's not going to be rotted. We landed somewhere between part 2 and part 3. It was a lot of fun. It's fun for me to revisit those. The mask has about 13 holes in it, which I didn't notice at first, but we all know what that's in reference to. Obviously, the title, Friday the 13th. The Sweet Revenge trailer makes the mask look way better. I did say fully exposed. It doesn't look that great, but the right lighting can be magical, and we've seen some of that in the Sweet Revenge marketing. Sweet Revenge also comes out tomorrow. Am I not mistaken? Comes out tomorrow. So I probably will do a review on that short film, which is pretty sad when I think about it. The fact that after all these years, the only thing I can review is a short film on Jason Voorhees. Please give us something full-length soon. Fingers crossed that Crystal Lake lives up to everyone's expectations. It's a quality project into this franchise after being away for 16, going on, 17 years and counting. We also got this recent image of William Katt, who we know stars as Levon Brooks in Crystal Lake. We didn't know details about the character before, but this photo confirms some sort of law enforcement responsibilities for sure. And I think the gentleman next to him is supposed to be the mayor of the town, not in Crystal Lake, but in the actual location they're filming in. So we have some details now on who Levon Brooks is. They're in law enforcement, and yeah, we'll see what comes of Crystal Lake. We'll see what this Sweet Revenge short film has to offer us tomorrow. I will do my best to have a review up. Probably won't be too long since it's a short film. Probably won't have much to it, so I won't try to be too dramatic about it. But we'll see what comes of that all tomorrow. What do you guys think about all these updates? If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, your name is video. In the description, I'll have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you would like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.